Many things have been changing in the world of multiple graphics cards, but the pursuit of higher and smoother frame rates is not one of them. If you thought the performance of one 1080 on its own was pretty insane, this may actually admit you. The cards we will be featuring for this performance testing will be dual EVGA GTX 1080 Superclocked Edition cards. Hell yeah. Intel's Skull Canyon NUC features a 6th generation Core i7 processor and Thunderbolt 3. Learn more at the link in the video description. Let's start off with the cards, shall we? The cooler design is identical to the 1070 Superclocked that we checked out from EVGA not that long ago. Check out that video up here. I'm not personally a fan of the overabundance of massive text logos, but others in the office are totally a fan, and as it's an aesthetic thing, you're free to pick your poison. I will admit that outside of the logos, I really like the overall style and would say that it suits modern computer components as a whole quite well if you're going for a cohesive component design. Specs-wise, it features a stock 5+1 power phase design, a single 8-pin power connector, 217 watts of max power draw, and a boost clock of 1847 MHz, which surpasses the Founders Edition's clock speed of 1733. In terms of connectivity, it features a single HDMI 2.0 connector, 3 DisplayPort 1.4 connectors for 4K at 120 Hz or 8K at 60 Hz, and a dual-link DVI-D connector. But enough of that! Put down thine simple specs and release the benchmark results in all their lustrous glory. Okay, whoa there, calm down. When linked together by the annoyingly expensive but rather attractive EVGA high bandwidth SLI Bridge with all of its RGB LED glory, the results are rather fantastic. Oh, and by the way, you can turn off the lights on the little thing by just moving the switch just between two of the colors and leaving it there. It just kind of doesn't shine at that point. The DirectX 11 performance in Tomb Raider and Crysis 3 scaled rather well considering the intensity of our settings, putting everything above the highest available preset when possible and running everything at 4K. Yes, you can run really intensely hard to run games at 4K with max settings and achieve higher than 60 FPS on average. That happened. Hell yeah. I'm so jacked up right now. But there are issues with this, as you probably expected. So before I get too excited, we have to remember that this is a multiple GPU config that we're talking about, and it will inherently have issues. Like in Hitman, where it barely scaled at all and created massive frame rate drops and stutters. There's an unofficial fix through NVIDIA Inspector, but it's definitely not perfect either and has a number of its own issues. Then there was running DirectX 12 benchmarks, which just didn't scale because, well, they couldn't. The whole abstraction layer that is required from Microsoft before all that fancy new stuff I mentioned in this WTF is going on with SLI video, which you should really go watch, totally isn't ready as of making this video. Anyways, another really interesting tidbit has to do with the aforementioned SLI Bridge. What if you don't want to buy an expensive SLI bridge and want to use one of the old original solid bridges or even the ribbon cable bridges? Well, we do have this infographic, but are there any actual performance differences? Yes, actually, and in exactly the order you would expect, which is rather satisfying. The ribbon cable performs the worst, the old solid bridge is slightly better, and the new fancy high bandwidth bridge wins. Hurrah! And by a noticeable amount, might I add. And exactly 2 FPS delta is nothing to scoff at. It may not be worth the price to you, but it's something to consider as you may find it offers an aesthetic improvement as well. Moving on, we have the power draw, and even with 2 damn cards running in Crysis 3, the whole bench only pulled 437 watts from the wall, while the first card ran at 81 degrees, and the second card ran at 73 degrees, which is pretty cool. And to be fair though, that was on an open test bench. Impressive overall. Today we're highlighting the K7XX black headphones, of course from Massdrop. It still has a bunch of other cool products which you can check out on the link in the video description, and hopefully you guys already know about Massdrop. They're the company where a bunch of people buy something all at once, which makes the price go down the more and more people commit to buying it. The ones we're showcasing in this video are the same as the ones that Linus reviewed last year, and you can check out that full review up in the video up here. Do remember that this is a limited drop, so if you want a pair, you're gonna have to act pretty fast. These headphones have large cushiony ear cups, a flat wire voice coil, Varimotion 2-layer diaphragm, genuine leather headband, memory foam ear pads, and velour covering. They have a 2-year warranty covered by Massdrop, and you can order them outside of the US, but a $25 fee will be assessed for all international orders. So if you want to check them out and grab a pair, head over to the link in the video description down below. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, like it. If you disliked the video, disliked it. Don't forget to get subscribed, or check out the link to the where to buy the stuff we featured in this video, like these wonderful graphics cards, on Amazon in the video description. Also linked in the description is our merch store, which has cool shirts, and to our community forum, which you should totally join so you can discuss stuff like SLI problems that you will inevitably have if you have multiple cards, or the awesome performance in like the 2 games that you can actually get it working in. Anyways, check out this video. I mentioned it earlier in the video, but it's the WTF is going on with SLI thing. Really interesting subject, and I suggest you check it out.